Okay, so you are at the last legs of your relationship. You feel like everything is falling apart. You're fed up. And what is the first thing that you say? What is the first thing you go and tell your friends? Oh, bye.
I've tried everything.
I've tried everything. I've done everything that I can. I've tried
I'm
everything.
tired.
I'm tired. I'm done. They don't appreciate me. There's nothing more I could do. All of those things, right? Hi, I'm Tracy.
And I'm Tate.
And we are love and relationship coaches. And we are here to guide couples through the murky waters of relationship to come back to finding that spark again. So if you are struggling, if you maybe forgot why you even fell in love in the first place, we're here for you.
So like us, follow us, comment. If any of this resonates with you guys, engage. We're here for you.
And if not, you could just turn this video off now. So back to our topic. Challenge for you is, have you really tried everything? I mean, that's just not in relationship though. I think it's in everything. Like if you're failing at work, if you're not making enough money, like whatever it is, and you sit there like, I've done everything, but have you?
Yeah, usually it's pointing a finger too, right? I've done everything, but they're not.
But you've done nothing, so I'll just give up.
So that's really the conundrum, or where you got to come to Jesus with yourself is, if I really done my part, is my side of the street clean? Am I pushing enough on my end versus?
Or also, what have you tried? Because you could also come up with the list like, but I have done all these things on my end. But again, is it for you or is it for them? That's the other thing we're doing. It's like, I think the love languages always comes back in different ways, not necessarily like the 4 in the book, but we all just need different things. So you could have a laundry list and say, but I have tried, look at this list. And I went first and I did them. But is that what I'm needing from you? Is that what our relationship, from my perspective, is needing? And I think that's where so many people fall short, because you're usually, again, doing those self-preservation things. What protects me? What makes me feel good? What feels safe also for me to do? You don't ever want to do the thing that feels unsafe. If I put myself out there and do this for you, and then you reject me and I don't fix the relationship, bruised ego, broken heart, right? So It's like, I might just do these couple little things. Oh, it didn't work. And then comes in what you said. Now I'm going to point the finger. See, I tried it and I did it. But ask yourself, have you done the things? Has your partner told you what they need from you? It's another thing. A lot of times a partner will say it and then you justify how you don't need to do it. Like, well, I do enough. Or maybe your partner wants affection. I would really wish you would hug me more, hold hands more. And maybe you're like, well, I'm just not that person. So in your head, it's like, well, I don't need to because I don't do that.
But mind reading again.
Yeah, but you're not hearing, this is what I need from you. And again, you throw up your hands, but I've tried everything. They're stubborn. It doesn't work.
Yeah, this is a real tough cookie. I mean, it's for me, there's that, how much do you take before you break kind of thing. But you really have to have that focus on the relationship, right? Where it's, if this is a priority, if this is the one, if this is the person, if this is the thing.
Are you choosing them? Are you choosing love?
Am I going to do whatever it takes to make this work and get past what it is that's holding me back?
And I think another point on that, like we've shared a lot that we've learned, is we thought in the beginning when it was all, the butterflies, like, oh, maybe it's this, fairy tale romance, we get to finally have it, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, wait a minute, no, it's work. It's always going to be work. And
so what do you say?
Have to choose each other. You have to choose love.
What do you say to the people out there who say relationships shouldn't be work?
It's
absolute, that's a thing. That's a
it
theme.
Is, and it's
I shouldn't have to try this hard.
It's absolute shit. You do have to try that hard. Like we always say, though, when you try that hard, the benefits outweigh the work, the heartache. It's there for you, but love is work, and it really is a choice. You have to get up every day and choose that person. In the good times, in the bad times, you have to choose them. And again, you have to choose. We've been talking a lot about changing your perspective, being open, going first, all of that. And that at times is going to feel hard. Sometimes, honestly, it feels easy. You're in a good mood and everything's good in life and things are going well and it's super easy to choose each other. And sometimes it's not. And it's also not necessarily because of the person. Maybe you just feel stressed out, maybe work, maybe kids, maybe whatever. And you feel like, choosing you right now is putting you as a priority right now. And I feel like I want to be selfish, like all of that. That's where it becomes work. And you have to realize, like, am I choosing love? Am I choosing this person? And if you are, then you need to put in the effort.
Isn't it interesting that people will say relationships shouldn't take work, but yet everything else in life,
Right.
like your job, like you focus.
How are you going to have your millions and your
I
legacy?
need to make sure that I do well at my job. I need to make sure I do well at school
test.
or in whatever event, whatever sport I play. How is that any different than a relationship, right? So
I think it's the cliches, the fairy tales. It's the Jerry Maguire, you complete me thing. Like this person just comes in and voila, and it's supposed to be that magic moment. So
what I'm saying is like the sacrifice people will make for their jobs.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And they won't do it for their relationship.
Right.
Like you will go.
I'm just saying, I think we have this thought in our head that that's not what the relationship's supposed to be. And when you get to that road, you go, oh, I'm not supposed to do this.
Think about how many people hate their job, but they still bust their balls.
True.
What's different about it? I hate going to work every day, but I still put in my extra credit. I still give 58 hours a week. I still punch my ticket at 6:30 instead of 5:30. You're doing all these things and you're still miserable. Why aren't you doing that in your relationship?
Totally. I mean, I think that's the problem too, though, when you come together with that person. What you don't realize, and I think this like the same with kids, like kids act out the most to their parents that they feel the most comfortable with because they're in testing waters, when they're little and what does a tantrum look like? What happens if I do this? The more comfortable they are with you and secure, parenting, the crazier they're going to act. That's why their teacher says they're great and they come home to you and you're gnarly or they're gnarly. It's like, whoa, it's because they feel safe and comfortable with you. And I think there's a degree of that too in relationship. And if that's happening, you might be really missing that. Where if you are feeling the most resentful, the most resistant, like you're saying, like maybe you were feeling at your job or something, in your head, it triggers, nope, this is the wrong person. But if you reframe that, you might see like, oh no, this really is my person. Like I'm feeling comfortable enough to let this all out. Yeah. I want to take it out on you though, because there's a part of me that knows subconsciously you're not running away from me, right? I might not actually be unleashing and blaming and doing all this to you if I thought you were going to run away because there'd be a fear like, oh shit, it's too much for you. If you were to really sit and think about that, I'd be like, whoa, oh my gosh, it's true. So I'm unleashing on you. I'm blaming you because actually I know you're here for me. Then take that and say, now that I could realize who you are to me, don't I want this to be good?
Yeah.
Now do I want to put that work in? And I mean, I think it takes that reframe sometimes though for you to understand why you even want to do the work. If you don't know why you're doing it, right, then why are you doing it? I think we forget why we fell in love in the first place, why we came together in the first place. It's what our programs are built about, is remembering that, because when you're in the shit, it's really easy to forget.
Yeah, there's a reason why you came together, right? And there's a reason why you took the job you took. You got butterflies when you walked into your office the first day. It was, oh my gosh, this boss is great, this woman's great, whatever. And soon enough, when the real shit starts to come out, then it's, oh, this job sucks and my marriage, whatever. So whatever it is that you did going into those relationships, your job, your spouse, your boyfriend or girlfriend, is no different in any other aspect of your life. You just have to get back to what made you connect, what made you want to be there, want to be with the person, want to be at the job.
Right. And again, realize it's a choice. And also that running away from it is never going to be, it's never going to be the answer. We think so, right? The grass is always greener where you water it. I like that one.
Grass is also really green where it rains. So
that's true. That. You have to be in the storm. You do. I mean, the most rock bottoms that you have in life, you always come up from. So again, looking at that in your relationship, just because it's here doesn't mean it's dead, doesn't mean it's done. What I always say though is your relationship is dead in the water if you know what the outcome is. I know you're not going to change. I know you're not going to work with me on this. I know if I do this, you're not going to do that. So why should I even do this again? So back to the topic, like, are you really trying everything, or are you justifying, I know what you're going to do if I do this, and you're not going to do anything. You're just going to sit there while I do all the work. So why am I going to do it?
Yeah. Think about that with exes. Like, we always say, I know what they're going to do. I know what they're going to do. And it's why you're not together, right? Because you just predict and you know.
Right. Exes.
Exes.
Next topic.